Hi guys, in this edition we're going to be putting a red dot on a Smith & Wesson equalizer. If you're new to the channel, my name is John Johnson. I'm the owner and operator of a firearms training facility in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. If you're one of our subscribers, thank you very much. Like I said before, we're going to install a red dot on a Smith & Wesson equalizer. These equalizers already come with the plate on there. So what we did is we went to the store and we bought a Crimson Trace Rad. This is the micro one. It's a 3 MOA. It's the one, actually, if they were going to sell one, it would be the one that goes on there. This unit here is a micro. It works really well. It's called the CR Reddot, light sensitive. There's no on and off button on it. It shakes on, so it's a pretty nice little piece. Economical. I think these retail in the 190 200 range, so you're not spending a ton of money like other red dots out there, but it's going to do exactly what you need. So what we do in our system here is we install it by the specifications of the manufacturer. We use a torque wrench to torque down. We always make sure we use blue Loctite to Loctite the dot to itself. Now once we shoot this a couple times, we'll always check those bolts to make sure they're not going to come out, and the screws. There is blue Loctite on them from the manufacturer. We add just a little bit more for safety purpose. I was not going to bore you by doing that whole thing. So this weapon itself already has the red dot already attached. We've torqued down the bolts and everything else like that. And this weapon at this point in time has a magazine in it, but it is clear. So the concept really is we need to put down some shots downrange that's going to give us where we are at this point in time. Too many people think they need to co-witness their front post and their back post to the red dot, and it's just not. That's not the way you do it. Maybe doing that with a rifle, but a handgun is somewhat challenging. Remember, the red dot is designed for both eyes open and you pushing out in front of you and putting that dot directly on what you're trying to shoot. Once we've sighted this in, it'll be sighted in pretty good. Now, here's what I'll tell you. When sighting in a red dot, you have to use the same ammo. People go, it doesn't matter. It does. If you're sighting in this thing for carry purposes, you need to sight it in with hollow points. If you're going to sight it in with ball ammo, you need to use ball ammo. But if you're going to use 124s, you need to sight it in for 124s. If you're going to sight it in for 115s, you need to do it for 115s. Now, keep in mind, again, the red dot is for quick acquisition. It is not designed for shooting cans off a fence. Although you can be super accurate with this thing, and it does help tremendously. The idea of this is we're trying to hit a smaller target. So I have out here a 3-inch dot. The 3-inch dot for me is a pretty good consistent point that I can put this out. I'm going to sight this thing in where I put this dot directly on that orange dot. Now if you see out there, we have the dot itself and we have a white piece of paper. This white piece of paper is going to help us see the impact of the bullets that are not hitting the dot. And it'll tell us what to do, right, left, forward, or back. Now I've got an ammo can to let me hold the gun still, so we don't want to have any kind of me having a trigger pull issue or anything else like that. And I highly recommend that you do 3 shots at a time. You can do 3 to 5. I recommend 3. Between the 3 shots, you should have 2 that are clean. If you think you're pulling all of them, you might have a buddy help you that can really press the trigger really nice as well. The ammo can itself will keep the gun stable and you won't have so much wobble as well. How do you see this red dot? A lot of people have a problem with that. I would recommend always starting out, before you do anything with the weapon, make sure you have proper grip and proper stance. A lot of people want to close an eye like they do when they shoot anything else. This is designed for both eyes open. And when you bring it up, you want to be able to see the dot, put it down. Bring it up, see the dot, and put it down. You notice that I'm not moving my head I'm concentrating on the target and letting the dot find it out there. It's a lot simpler and easier than trying to move the gun to try to find the dot. Keep the gun stable at all times. If you have to adjust your head a little bit, you can. So here we go. Up, look, turn, up, look, turn. This is the first thing, guys. You got to be able to see the dot to be able to sight it in. So once you physically pull it up any way you do it and see the dot, you're ready to do this. So I've got some 124s, and we're going to do 3 shots right off the bat and see exactly where we are on this thing. And this is pretty cool because it actually gives you a little tool here that'll allow us to adjust it. There is a windage that and up and down, and it actually has the dots on here. And we'll do some cover pictures on these and show you this stuff. But the dot up, you turn this way to go up with it, and the right and left is right, goes clockwise as well. So let's put 3 rounds in and see how we do. All right, magazine in, rack the slide, put this up here, lean down to see if we can keep the gun still. Find your dot. Okay. So that looks good there. Now what we did already is we put this on, and we are approximately 24, 25 feet out there. I think what I'm going to do is take it all the way back to the 25. That'll allow us to have the longest distance possible. Remember, guys, if you sight this in at 10 feet, you're going to have a high angle as that bullet comes out, and at longer distance, you're going to have to do a lot of holdover. But if you sight it out as far as you can, these up close personal spots, you don't have to do much. It should be point of impact, point of aim. Point of impact, point of aim would allow us to do what we need to do. So let's go ahead and put 3 more in. I'm not going to adjust it yet because I haven't had my coffee this morning, so I'm going to put 3 more down just to make sure I'm getting good, smooth trigger pull. Okay. Put this right here. Lean down. Find the dot. Okay, so at this point in time, with those consistent trigger engagements, it looks like that I'm a little low on this thing. And what I did prior to putting this on the weapon, I had adjusted the right and left to get it directly over my front post. And this will save you a lot of time because technically in this scenario, the right and left won't be that far off because you got the gun directly over your dominant eye anyways. But where you're going to have the problem is up and down. So I'm going to take my little tool and I'm going to adjust it. Now, guys, like any red dot, they're all designed for 100 yards. So when you're at short distances like this, it's going to take a few more clicks than you think. Remember, it's 1 click at 100 yards. This is a 3 MOA. So technically, angle of a minute of angle. So I'm going to probably put 8, maybe eight clicks in this thing. I think it will be where we need to be. Let's hold it here. It's a little Allen wrench. We're going to turn it, and you'll feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Let's try this. Now, if you notice, guys, when I shoot this weapon, I've got it on the box here to keep it as level as possible. We are going to shoot it without the box here in a few seconds, but it'll give us more point of aim. A red dot is not designed for bullseyes. It's more designed for close impact, quick acquisition, being able to run the gun, put the dot where the bullet's going to go. Here we go, magazine in, rack the slide, back on the box. We'll put it out here in front of us. That's pretty good. That's in there. Now I could move a little bit, the right just a little bit, but I think I'm going to be okay with that. Now here's the deal, guys, more than anything else. You've got to be able to shoot this without the box. And the key thing to this is a smooth trigger pull and a consistent point of aim. This is the one thing I will give you. If you've watched my channel long enough, you know I'm not too crazy about these red dots. And a lot of the guys on the website, on our YouTube channel, call me a FUD all the time. But I've been to training classes where guys have dropped their red dot during the middle of the class and broke the glass. Well, guess what? You're done. I've seen guys, we've done training classes in the rain. You get any water dots on this red dot, you got multiple red dots out there at that point in time because it can't focus because it's going to bubble up. So there's advantages to this and there's disadvantages to this. There is the ability with the equalizer to use your sights as well, because the sights on the equalizer are a little higher than the actual physical, the lowness of the red dots, so you can find your sights if you need to. We call it co-witnessing through, but remember the red dot will never co-witness with the front of the pistol. It's going to always be a little higher because that's the way it is. Now we're going to take the weapon, get rid of the box, and I'm going to shoot these three right here without using the box, trying to control the weapon. Bring it out in front of me here. I'll take that. I think I have one more in here. So to me, that would be sighted in. I pulled one of those, I think, maybe not, but that, in my opinion, that's what I would consider sighted in. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this sight to us. I'm going to adjust the cameras. We'll be right back. Because one of the true tests we want to do is we want to shoot this red dot at the 5, the 7, the 10, and see exactly where the dot's going to impact, so we have more confidence to know where the bullet's going to impact the target as it goes further back. We've sighted it at the furthest we can, and now we're going to bring it in and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we've adjusted the cameras and we are back. What I'm doing now is I'm going to check my zero at each distance to see exactly how it's going to shoot. I think because we sighted it out at a long distance, we have a very short window there, so all these bullets will be exactly where we need them to be. But you always want to test this as much as possible, because if you sight it in really short, you're going to have a high minute of angle, which is going to cause you to miss a lot, especially at longer distances. Let's go ahead and do this. What I did is I loaded this up with 6 rounds. We'll do 2 shots at the 3 yards, 2 shots at the 5 yards, and 2 shots at the 7 yards, and we'll see exactly. I've used the same target, but what I did is marked off the ones that fell out below when we were sighting it in. All right, here we go. Okay, there's those. Come here. Okay. And back to the 7. Slide lock. All right, so that distance gave me no change in my impact, so I would consider this sighted in. That is a 3-inch circle at 21 feet. This is one of the advantages, guys, of these red dots, is once you've got it sighted in, once you're able to do this simple little system, it's cheating, really. It's cheating. As a firearms instructor, I hate these fucking things. But my opinion, they have their advantages. I know you're going to call me a FUD, and I don't care about that, but you got to know how to shoot a gun first. This is the beauty thing about the Smith & Wesson Equalizer. It has the optic plate already on it. So when you're ready to add the red dot, you can. But that first time that you're going to be using it, you can learn to shoot the sights themselves. You understanding how to use the sights, use the usability, keep the sights level, and then add the red dot down the way is probably the best way to learn to shoot a pistol. Guys, it's very simple to put a red dot on your gun. Probably too simple for some people. Maybe you shouldn't put it on there. But if you want to, this is a great video to teach you how. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line of defense. Do me a favor. Comment below, do you have a red dot on your carry gun, or do you have a red dot on your home defense gun? And do you like it? Do you know how to use it? Do you have any questions about it? Until next time, I love you guys.